Success is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of choice. And that choice is reflected in the habits you cultivate every single day. Your habits are the invisible architects of your future. They shape your identity, influence your decisions, and ultimately determine the trajectory of your life. Consider this. Approximately 43% of daily behaviors are performed out of habit. These habitual actions often go unnoticed because they become automatic over time. However, this automaticity can be both a blessing and a curse. While positive habits can propel you forward, negative ones can hold you back without you even realizing it. Therefore, it's crucial to be intentional about the habits you form. Wikipedia. The process of habit formation begins with repetition. When you engage in a behavior consistently, it becomes ingrained in your neural pathways, making it easier to perform without conscious thought. This is why it's often said that the things you do daily are the things that define you. If you want to change your life, start by changing your daily habits. Wikipedia. Take, for instance, the habit of setting clear goals. Individuals who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. This simple act of writing down your objectives not only clarifies your intentions, but also reinforces your commitment to achieving them. It's a habit that sets the foundation for success. The Times of India Par 4 Fit Pass. The health site. Another powerful habit is prioritization. By identifying and focusing on tasks that align with your long-term goals, you ensure that your energy and time are spent on what truly matters. This habit prevents you from getting caught up in trivial distractions and keeps you on the path to success. Continuous learning is also a hallmark of successful individuals. Whether it's reading a book, taking an online course, or simply engaging in thoughtful conversation, the habit of learning keeps your mind sharp and adaptable. In a world that's constantly changing, the ability to learn and grow is invaluable. Indeed, equally important is the habit of reflection. Taking time each day to assess your actions, thoughts, and emotions allows you to identify areas for improvement and celebrate your progress. This habit fosters self-awareness and personal growth, ensuring that you're always moving forward. The health site. However, it's not just about adding positive habits to your routine. It's also about eliminating negative ones. Habits like procrastination, negative self-talk, and complacency can derail your progress. Recognizing these habits and replacing them with constructive alternatives is essential for personal development. The key to successful habit formation lies in consistency. It's not about making drastic changes overnight, but about making small, sustainable adjustments to your daily routine. Over time, these small changes compound, leading to significant transformations. One effective strategy for building new habits is the 2-minute rule. This principle suggests that if a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately. By tackling small tasks right away, you prevent them from piling up and overwhelming you. This habit promotes efficiency and reduces procrastination. Another technique is habit stacking, which involves linking a new habit to an existing one. For example, if you already have a habit of brushing your teeth every morning, you can stack a new habit like drinking a glass of water immediately after brushing. This association makes it easier to remember and perform the new habit. Accountability also plays a crucial role in habit formation. Sharing your goals with a friend, family member, or mentor creates a sense of responsibility and encourages you to stay committed. Regular check-ins and progress updates can provide motivation and support along the way. Tracking your habits is another powerful tool. By keeping a record of your daily actions, you can identify patterns, celebrate successes, and pinpoint areas that need improvement. This visual representation of your progress serves as a constant reminder of your commitment to change. It's also important to be patient with yourself. Habit formation takes time, and setbacks are a natural part of the process. Instead of viewing mistakes as failures, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. With persistence and resilience, you can overcome obstacles and continue on your path to success. Incorporating these strategies into your daily routine can lead to lasting change. By being intentional about the habits you form and consistently practicing them, you set yourself up for success. Remember, your habits are the building blocks of your future. Choose them wisely, and they will pave the way to your desired outcome. Ultimately, the power to shape your life lies in your hands. By taking control of your daily habits, you take control of your destiny. So, start today. Make the choice to cultivate habits that align with your goals and values. With each positive habit you form, you move one step closer to the success you envision. Your habits are the invisible architecture shaping your entire life. While people often chase quick wins and sudden breakthroughs, the truth is that long-term success is the result of what you do day after day, not what you do occasionally. It's the seemingly small and ordinary actions, how you spend your morning, what you do when no one is watching, how you respond to stress, that accumulate into extraordinary outcomes. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. The path to becoming the best version of yourself starts with taking ownership of those small, repetitive behaviors. What separates the successful from everyone else isn't necessarily talent or intelligence. It's discipline in the details. Think about it. Every successful athlete, entrepreneur, or artist didn't just get there by dreaming big. They showed up when it wasn't convenient. They kept practicing even when the results weren't showing. They made decisions aligned with the person they wanted to become. Habits are a form of self-respect. When you stick to a healthy routine, you're sending a signal to yourself that your goals matter, your time matters, and your life matters. Yet many people underestimate the power of repetition. They get bored with consistency. They chase novelty. They quit when they don't see fast progress. But transformation is subtle at first. It's invisible in the early stages, and that's where most people give up. They don't realize that each positive habit is a vote for the person they're becoming. Eating one clean meal doesn't make you fit. Reading one book doesn't make you wise. Going to the gym once won't build muscle. But do it 100 times, and your life starts to look very different. The real challenge is that bad habits work the same way, just in the opposite direction. Procrastinate a little each day, and soon your potential starts to fade. Spend a bit too much time scrolling or indulging in distractions, and suddenly, your clarity disappears. It's not the giant mistakes that derail most people. It's the repeated decision to settle, to avoid discomfort, and to postpone progress. Every time you indulge in a bad habit, you're reinforcing a version of yourself that's not aligned with your dreams. It's like taking one step forward and 2 steps back. The good news is that habits are flexible. They can be reshaped. The process begins with awareness, becoming conscious of the patterns that no longer serve you. You have to step back and evaluate not just what you're doing, but why you're doing it. Are you eating poorly because you're tired or stressed? Are you skipping your workouts because you're overwhelmed by work? These habits didn't appear overnight, and they won't vanish overnight. But they can be reprogrammed with intention. Once you're aware, the next step is to design your environment to support your success. This is where people often fail. They rely purely on willpower. But willpower is a finite resource. Motivation fades. Discipline can crack under pressure. That's why your environment must be an ally in your journey. Keep junk food out of the house if you're trying to eat better. Turn off notifications if you're trying to focus. Put your gym clothes out the night before if you want to exercise in the morning. Small tweaks in your surroundings create friction for bad habits and momentum for good ones. Another essential piece is identity. Habits aren't just actions. They're expressions of who you believe yourself to be. If you see yourself as someone who's lazy or unlucky, then even if you make some progress, you'll find ways to sabotage it. But if you see yourself as someone who is disciplined, focused, and worthy of success, your habits begin to reflect that belief. Every time you act in alignment with your desired identity, you reinforce it. You say, "This is who I am now," and that identity begins to stick. Momentum builds when you celebrate small wins. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for the big result to feel good about their efforts. But if you can feel proud after showing up for day one, if you can reward yourself for doing the work even when it's hard, you'll start to crave the process. That shift, from chasing outcomes to enjoying growth, is what creates lifelong change. Habits become a lifestyle when they are no longer chores but choices that empower you. Of course, there will be setbacks. There will be days when you miss your routine, when you feel off track, when you wonder if it's even worth it. This is when consistency matters most. The key is not perfection, it's resilience. Missing one workout doesn't make you unfit. Eating one bad meal doesn't undo all your progress. What matters is not how often you fall but how quickly you get back up. Build systems that make it easy to restart. Lower the barrier to entry. Make showing up so simple that there's no excuse not to do it. In the long run, your life becomes a reflection of your habits, not your intentions. Everyone wants to be successful, healthy, fulfilled, but wanting isn't enough. Only those who are willing to show up every day, stick to the process, and stay consistent through the ups and downs will reach that level. The game is won in the shadows, in the quiet, early mornings and the disciplined choices made alone, in the resistance you overcome when no one's watching. So ask yourself, what are the habits I've built without realizing it? Are they helping me or are they holding me back? And what would my life look like if I committed, really committed, to doing the right things every single day, even when I don't feel like it? Because that's the truth of it. Your habits are not just routines, they're declarations. They say, this is what I value, this is who I am becoming. And the beautiful part? You get to choose. Every single day. Pain is one of life's most misunderstood forces. Often people view it as something to avoid at all costs, an unwelcome guest that interrupts comfort and peace. But in truth, pain is one of the most powerful teachers and motivators. It doesn't show up to destroy us. It appears to refine us. It forces us to confront our reality, to take a long, hard look at where we are and who we've become. And in that confrontation lies the spark of transformation. Think about the moments in your life when you grew the most. Chances are those moments were born out of pain. A heartbreak, a failure, a betrayal, a setback. Those weren't easy experiences, but they were meaningful. Because they stripped away illusion, they tore down comfort zones, and they demanded that you evolve. Pain makes you ask questions you wouldn't ask in comfort. It demands answers you wouldn't seek otherwise. Why am I here? What can I change? What am I tolerating? What do I deserve? There's a reason people say pressure makes diamonds. Under stress, under the crushing weight of adversity, something incredible can emerge. That same principle applies to people. When life presses down on you, when you feel like you can't take another step, that's when you learn what you're truly made of. That's when your inner strength begins to reveal itself, not in grand, dramatic moments, but in the quiet decision to keep going when everything inside you says quit. Pain forces you to choose. You can shrink from it, numb it, ignore it, but it will return again and again until you face it. Or you can look it in the eye and decide, this will not break me. This will build me. When you do that, pain becomes fuel. It becomes the energy source for your transformation. Every time someone doubted you, every time you were counted out, every time you failed, those moments can either bury you or become bricks in the foundation of the next version of you. It's not about glorifying suffering. It's about recognizing the power it holds. Pain doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're alive. And when you learn to harness it, to understand it, and to channel it into action, it becomes your edge. Most people run from pain. But if you can learn to stand in it, to breathe through it, to walk through it, you'll discover that pain can become a portal, a doorway to a greater version of yourself. Every champion has a story of pain. Every great leader, artist, athlete, or entrepreneur has endured seasons of darkness. What separates those who rise is not the absence of pain, but their response to it. Instead of letting it define them, they use it as a launch pad. They make a decision. This pain is not going to be the end of me. It's going to be the reason I rise. When you're in pain, it's easy to feel alone. But the truth is, you're not. Everyone goes through their own version of hardship. The difference lies in how you frame it. Do you see it as punishment or preparation? Do you use it to justify staying stuck or as a reason to evolve? Your mindset around pain will determine the trajectory of your growth. When you shift from, why is this happening to me, to what is this trying to teach me, everything changes. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in resistance. Just like muscles grow when you challenge them, your character, your mindset, and your discipline grow when life pushes back. Pain exposes your weaknesses so you can strengthen them. It shows you your limits so you can expand them. It reveals what truly matters and clears out what doesn't. Pain creates urgency. It lights a fire under dreams that have been deferred. It shakes you awake from complacency and screams, you are meant for more. It reminds you that time is finite and that settling is a slow death. Sometimes the pain of staying the same has to become greater than the fear of change before you finally move. That's not failure, that's transformation. When pain shows up, it's not a signal to stop. It's a signal to pay attention. Something is being refined. Something is being revealed. The goal is not to avoid pain forever. It's to get better at navigating it, learning from it, and allowing it to shape you into someone stronger, wiser, more resilient. The storm is where your foundation gets tested and rebuilt, stronger than before. Think of pain like heat in a forge. The fire that seems like it's consuming you is actually the same force that can purify and shape you. Steel is not made strong by being left untouched. It is strengthened by being placed in the fire and hammered into form. You, too, are being shaped, molded, refined. But that can only happen if you embrace the process. Sometimes pain is not loud. Sometimes it's silent, dull, and persistent. The quiet ache of dissatisfaction, the subtle regret of not trying, the sting of missed opportunities. That kind of pain is just as powerful. It's a message that something inside you knows you're capable of more. It's not just there to make you uncomfortable. It's there to get your attention, to nudge you toward growth, to push you out of the life you've settled for and into the one you were meant to live. You don't have to be fearless to face pain. You just have to be willing. Willing to stand back up after the fall. Willing to try again after failure. Willing to keep walking when the road gets dark. The power isn't in avoiding pain. It's in what you choose to do with it. Will it define your identity or will it reveal your potential? When you stop running from pain and start using it, everything changes. It becomes your drive when motivation fades. It becomes your memory when you're tempted to give up. It becomes the evidence that you've already overcome so much. So why stop now? Let it be the reminder that you're still here, still standing, still capable of more. You're not broken. You're becoming. The pain isn't the end. It's the beginning of a new chapter, a new standard, a new level, one that can only be unlocked by those willing to walk through the fire instead of avoiding it. Pain is not your enemy. It's your proving ground. Use it. Let it shape you. Let it push you.